A lot of DMs come from my video. John, how do you make money? John, what should I focus on? What habits should I build? Look, the first thing that you should do is focus on your physicality. Go to the gym. You building good habits is going to make you a million, a billion, a trillion dollars. There's no secret to it. With the ability that you think you have to be making money, the way that you can build this ability, the way you can build consistency. Consistency is the one thing that's gonna help you start a business, the one thing that's gonna help you make money, the one thing that's gonna help you get the body that you dream about in the gym, the one thing that's gonna keep you consistent in spirituality and life overall. Consistency is the only thing that's going to do that for you. When I get asked, how did you start a business at such a young age? I built consistency, but the consistency that I learned is actually from the gym. And it sounds crazy to say. Growing up, I played soccer. Growing up, I played football, and I got really consistent with football and going into the gym. I got really big. Right now, I'm not as big as I usually am. I'm usually 180, 185. Right now, I'm 172, but that's because I'm on a cut right now. But I say that to say, me going to the gym every single day consistently, getting big and watching my muscle fibers grow, this is what actually taught me consistency, and that's what I put into and transferred into business itself. I didn't choose to start a business and then get swole. I got swole and then started a business, and it might be the opposite for you. There's a bunch of people that have so much money in this world. They might be fat, flabby, and they roll out of bed. I would rather be making $50,000 a year and being rich than making $10 million a year and being fat, not being able to get out of bed, not being able to run, not being able to walk without losing my fucking breath. People don't value health. You need to value health. The first thing you need to do is value health before you try to start businesses and make money. You need to build those good habits and get consistent with them for at least 2 weeks. Habits are not built overnight. Habits are not built in one day. A habit is built when you consistently do something every single day for 2 to 3 weeks. And then the habit is built because you're used to doing it. And you just have to stick to it, which is the hardest part. Staying consistent is the hardest part of anything. I was watching this video the other day and this guy was talking about, it's not about how hard you work, it's about what you work hard on. He was mentioning the trash people downstairs, you know, the construction people that are doing the construction or working on the building downstairs. They work extremely hard. They work day and night, probably 12-hour shifts, 12 hours every single day. And here's the thing, they might cap out at $100,000 a year. Even though they're doing 12-hour shifts, they work way harder than, you know, the person in that building that might be making $200,000 a year. It's because what are you working hard in? Are you working hard on the right things? Are you on the right path? Sometimes you need to self-evaluate and see what you're actually doing on a day-to-day basis, what you are working on. Because you might be exhausted every single day at the end of your workday and you don't see a bunch of return for your efforts. And something I talk about a lot whenever you're contemplating starting a business is look for businesses that can be automated, or a business that you can make money and then enjoy the rest of your day. For example, the business that I'm in is called Airbnb arbitrage, where I find a property, I lease the property, I furnish it, and I put it on Airbnb. And then that sounds like a lot of work to do up front, right? But once the property's set up, I have my systems, I have my softwares, I have my automations, and the people that work for me to make this business efficient and running by itself. In the city that I'm in, I have a couple properties that are running for me today. I have about 3 clean. So people are checking out at 11 a.m. from these Airbnbs and someone new's checking in at 4 p.m. So how are these cleans gonna get done, and how are these properties gonna be ready for the next person? It's gonna have softwares telling the cleaners exactly when the people are checking out and exactly when the new people are checking in, so then they can do the job. And at the end of the week, every single Monday, they send me an invoice to my email that I pay them so they can complete the cleans for my business. And that's one of the automations I have inside of my business. I say that to say we want to be able to make sure that we are working hard on the right things. If I'm working hard on this business and I'm growing this business and I keep putting systems and automations and I barely have to work and I'm making as much money as I possibly want to at 21 years old, which I'm actively doing right now, then I'm working on one of the right things. For example, if I was to go into a construction job and I give away 12 hours of my time every single day, I might be making good money, but what am I losing? I'm losing my life. Time is the one thing that you cannot get back. Once time goes by, you will never get the time back. You will never be able to get that time back. You will never be able to get those seconds back. You will never be able to get those hours back. Once it is gone, it is gone. But think about it like this is kind of spiritual, but time only exists because we die. If we didn't die, if humans were just born and never died, then time wouldn't actually exist. 1 Mississippi, 2, like 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 1 hour, 10 days, 10 years. wouldn't even matter because we would be everlasting. But the truth is, we aren't everlasting. We only have a certain amount of time that we have on this earth. So what the fuck are you gonna do with it? A lot of people pass by and take for granted a bunch of the blessings that they have instilled inside their life, and that's such a bad fucking thing to do. And I'm guilty of doing the same thing. But the truth is, there's always gonna be stuff that we take for granted, but we gotta appreciate the things, the small things that we have. And some things that you might consider small that are actually huge is you being able to see, you being able to listen to this video right now, you having arms, you having legs, you having the ability to actually go to the gym, to build the body that you want for your whole life, to get ripped, to get swole, and you're not doing it, then you are completely wasting your potential and the gifts that God has given you, and you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm sorry for telling you this, but you deadass should be ashamed of yourself if you don't use your potential. But the truth is, there's the 99% of this earth and there's the 1% of this earth. And most people will never unlock their potential because they don't give a fuck. They would rather live every single day and do the same things and stay consistent at their bad habits and do absolutely nothing to grow. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is use your potential. There's literally people across the world right now. If I go in the sky and I go on a plane and I take a plane 24 hours that way, there are kids and people and mothers and fathers being bombed for absolutely no reason, losing their arms, losing their legs, losing their fucking hearing, losing their eyesight, and most even die. They lose the opportunity that they have on this earth. Whenever you're feeling ungrateful, whenever you're feeling lazy, whenever you're feeling arrogant, make sure you think of those people that don't have the same opportunities that you have, especially when you live in America. And I live in America, and I'm very blessed to live in America. I understand the potential and the opportunity that I have of living in this country because I understand that my dad came to this country with absolutely nothing, built himself up to something, and then gave me the opportunity of being born in this country and doing whatever I want. A lot of you might argue, America is not the land of the free, but it really is. You can do what you want, but you can't press certain buttons. Stop being nosy, stop looking into the government shit, stop worrying about politics, worry about your fucking self. Odds are you're never gonna be a president, you're never gonna be a politician, so why do you give your time to that bullshit? Take advantage of the opportunity and the time you have now, because the opportunity that we have right now is gonna pass us by and it's gonna go to the next person. So if you don't take it, it's going to pass you by like this. Before you know it, you're gonna be old and you're gonna look back in time and think about, damn, I wish I went to the gym more. I wish I started that business. I wish I took that risk. I wish I talked to that girl that I wanted to talk to. I wish I traveled more. Do you want to keep saying I wish, or do you want to execute every single day, living your life to your fullest potential? That's what I want to do. And that's not what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna unlock 60-70% of that, but I'm still constantly learning every day. And something that you have to come to a conclusion with is that you're always going to be learning every single day and you're never going to stop learning. And even when you die, you're not gonna unlock your fullest potential. Usually humans probably unlock 1 to 10% of their brain. The rest of the 90%, we don't use, we die. So try to unlock as much as your brain as you possibly humanly can. On one of my Airbnb accounts right here, let me refresh it. I've made $22,000 in the last 30 days. And this is me being 21 years old. I'm just trying to show you some of the potential that you have and some of the things that you can possibly do. If I can do it, I didn't get good grades in school. I cheated my whole way through high school, my whole way through middle school, and somehow I managed to start a business, scale a business, and being able to make $22,000 on one account in the last 30 days from my business. If you want to learn more about the business, make sure you hit me up on Instagram. And those of you who aren't hitting me up on Instagram, those of you who aren't following me on Instagram, make sure to follow my Instagram right now. If you didn't get anything from this video, what I want you to get is go to the fucking gym, build consistency, and then apply that to business. That's all I want you to do. And that's basically what I've been trying to explain to you through this video. Understand your opportunity, understand your physicality and the things that you're actually capable of, that you can do, that you're passing up on, and apply it to business, and apply it to your family, apply it to your spirituality, apply it to your life, and make the absolute most out of yourself. Stop wasting your fucking time. Every single second that goes by after you watch this video, make sure you're staying productive, because that's what I'm gonna try to do. Notice, I said try, because sometimes we try and shit doesn't work and we get put on our ass and we ask, why God, why me? But instead, you should be asking, what is this teaching me? God is giving you the basic ingredient needed for the chemical concoction to turn you into the man that you want to be, and you're passing up on that opportunity. So stop passing up on opportunity. Make sure to ask me any questions that you want. Life, spirituality, business in general. Hit me up in the DM. Comment something that you are grateful for right now. Make sure you like this video, because I took the time out of my day to teach you a thing or two. So take the time out of your day to support me as well. With that being said, make sure you pray to God. I'm out.